music, R&B, hip hop, pop,
I still get you.
reggae, EDM, indie, old school,
Side. Check it.
and sports talk.
Right here.
WorldStarHitRadio.com.
The Inspirational Lifestyle with Stacey J, helping you live a life on purpose. Purpose.
Hey, happy Thursday and welcome to the Inspirational Lifestyle with Stacey J. And normally it is my co-host Benny Pitts. But again, you know, if you don't see him, either he's sick or he's what? He's late. And so he is late today. So I had to have my beautiful guest come in and sit in and be my co-host. So although we're going to interview her this evening shortly, a matter of fact, we're going to have her to sit in and chop it up with me a little bit. So Nico, is it Sherry or Cherie? Cherie, because
for men it's cherry.
All right,
they
can't get it right.
Yeah, they can't get it right.
Okay, so you get it right.
It's Cherie.
It's Cherie. Nico Cherie, beautiful entrepreneur, author. Credit. Get your credit together. I wanted you guys to tune in, and I don't want to talk about that yet because I want to give you your shine for that. But let me ask you, how was your weekend? Your weekend week leading up to today.
It was actually good. My birthday just passed.
Oh, happy belated birthday.
Thank you. I took a solo trip to Orlando because I like to travel by myself, go overseas, wherever.
Right.
And so I just took a solo trip and I just got to relax.
Really?
Yes.
Sounds awesome. Now let me ask you, traveling by yourself, because I've had to do it for business. I don't think I've done it personally, but I hear so many women do it and it seems so rewarding and inspirational to do that by yourself.
It is.
But do you feel is it dangerous?
Yeah. That's the one thing I get asked all the time, and you just have to be aware of your surroundings, even if you're with someone. So you just do mindful things like make sure that let people know where you are.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You MapQuest where you're going. Make sure you have a full tank of gas if you're driving. Just the basics that you would tell your kid if they were going somewhere. That's all you have to do, because usually when I travel alone, people cater to me.
Okay.
They're like, "Oh, you're alone. We're looking out for you."
Okay.
So like if you're staying at a hotel, the front desk people, they're paying extra attention, making sure you're coming in and out.
Right.
No one's following you. Like they actually cater to you and they support you being by yourself, and a lot of freebies.
Yeah, okay. That's good. Especially when you're beautiful, right? But that's a good thing, because I know some women that have been to Africa and to Dubai, or they win a group, but they were really still alone. And I just think that takes strength.
It does. It's not for the faint of heart, I'll tell you that, because like I was in Madrid, Spain, and I had just flew in from London, and someone stole my cell phone.
Wow.
And I had to literally get super gangster and chase them down in the airport through customs. I shut the whole customs line down and was like, if my phone is not returned, and nobody can speak English until the authorities were taking me serious. All of a sudden everybody could speak in English, and here go your phone, and
we don't want no problems.
We don't want no problems. And then when I came out the airport, it was a guy. He was lurking and he was like, "You're so beautiful," and following me, and I stayed mace on deck.
Right. I know that's right.
Shake it up. You better 5 feet. Bro.
I know that's right.
Have me get East Oakland, Cali on you.
That's where you from?
Ooh, yeah.
Okay, Cali now. She don't play. She'll cut you. And because you see movies like Taken, and like you say, it's about being aware. You don't just go nowhere and just be, all just, airheadish. But I have yet to do that on a pleasure trip. And actually, my girlfriend that comes on a lot, Cherie Dallas, she's actually out of the where is she, in Key West now, by herself, just relaxing. I hit her today like, "How you doing?" She's like, "This is so serene," and I think every woman should do that.
We should, and the thing is when do you get to do whatever you want to do, when you want to do it, how you want to do it, without having to consult with anyone?
I know, that's right.
So, you know, you get on a plane when you want, you take what you want, you don't have to cater to anyone, you eat where you want, you don't have to negotiate. I hate
where you going, where you want to eat at.
Yeah. No, I don't eat that, I don't eat this, and I'm just sitting there with my hand on my head like, Lord,
I should just came by
make
myself.
a decision.
Yeah.
When you travel by yourself,
the
decision is done. You want to eat at 5-star, you want to eat at a little hood spot,
Right.
wherever you
if you want to get up at 11 or you want to get up at 7.
Wherever you want to go.
Right.
It's so much easier.
Oh, well, that's awesome. Awesome. Well, you know, I'm hosting an event coming up on March 3rd.
Right.
MeetMyTypes.com, the creator, his name is Tim T. He's from London.
Oh, okay.
He lives here. He's been here for a while.
London.
The accents and stuff. Yes. So he's come up with a wonderful, wonderful concept. Kind of reminds you a little bit of eHarmony.
Oh,
You know, eHarmony, you got to do the long, questionnaire and stuff. And you hear a lot of people say, I don't have time to do all that. And it's like, well, do you want it for now or forever? You know what I mean?
Right.
You want to learn those different traits and personality things that you want to know before you get all soul tied with somebody. And so that's what his event kind of does. And you, when you register, what you need to pre-register and get your love resume completed.
Wow.
So he completes your love resume. So when you actually get to the event, there's different facilitators that makes the introduction. So if your love resume says you may, kind of, be compatible with Ron or Steve or whatever, we have the facilitators that will make that introduction so it won't be so awkward. We try to take the awkwardness out of it and a little bit of the legwork because, when you first meet somebody, you want it to be organic. You don't want to go, you got kids, you this, and we do that. But however, if those people are there and we say seriously intentional people that are looking to date, then you have this, blueprint to at least give you a starting point. Because what if you have kids and they don't have kids and they don't want kids, but you don't find that out to down the line. So the concept is really, really great. And it is March 3rd. And so and the other part of it is he does even. So if it's 20 women, it's 20 men. If it's 10 women, it's 10 men.
That's a good thing. I went to an event and I swear it was like 3 men and
100 women,
Oh my goodness, it was ridiculous.
And that's the problem because we do know that women do outnumber the men, but of course for the men it's like, yeah, I got my pick of, to see, but it's like it's not good for women. So
it's not.
So he structured it where it's intimate, rather even if it's 50, if it's 25 women, 25 men, it's still intimate. The introduction is made and then you have that love resume, so you at least have a starting point. And even if it's really not a match made, at least you may meet some new friends, you might meet someone that may say, what, I got a friend that you made, so it kind of takes the awkwardness out. But I do want to ask the man, you can call in or you can email me because I know men are kind of shy. But a question that was asked to ask the man is, if a matchmaker said they could pick the perfect woman for you, what's the 2 absolute things that woman must have? And this is for the fellas because we do want to be able to cater to them because as women we got everything. So even with the speed dating and the different matchmaking events, it's always women. So we want to cater to the men and find out what you want. We don't know if you don't tell us, and we want to ask you that. So you can call in. It's 929. I don't really get callers. 929, John. Whatever. 352 6787. And you can call in and tell us what are those 2 must have, or you can email me at info@staceyjent.com. Hey, the first 2 guys to answer gets free registration and entry to the event. And yep, you get 2. I will let you in. He said I can let y'all in for free. So if you can answer those questions and call in, we will give you 2 free passes to come, gentlemen. And that's a great deal because right now, we got a nice little, response on people coming. So we need a few more men though, because of course the women, they do that quickly.
Women do everything fast.
Yeah, we like, oh, that's the event. That sounds nice. We're going to do it. And, there's some things we wait to the last minute, but we got to get better with that. If it's something you really want to do, and I know schedules change, but for the most part, we need to kind of be more proactive. Because I'm one of them people, too, that's like, I don't know. But I only do it now because of schedule.
Right.
You buy the tickets, and then you realize you can't go, and then, I don't be having no money to waste. So, therefore, So, are you dating, or is that off the...
Actually, no, I haven't dated in like 3 years.
Oh, really?
I don't get asked out much.
Really?
Hardly ever. And people are like shocked. But what I think it is I think that every time I meet a guy, he's like, oh, I bet you get asked out all the time. It's like they all think I get asked out all the time, so nobody asks.
Oh, wow. And isn't that backwards?
It's so backwards. Because they think that, women who a lot of men are paying attention to, that they're paying the right attention.
Right.
All attention is not good attention. And I would prefer a man that's more intellectual than the one who wants to compliment me on,
you sexy
my appearance.
and stuff like that. I hate that.
That's so basic.
I mean, right. It's like you so sexy. It's like, I appreciate the compliment, but it's so like
shallow.
I expect, kind of expect a man to say that. And when they do have more conversation and it goes longer, you're like, okay, well, he may be talking about something.
Yeah.
And then I like to say to men is that every woman isn't a bitch, and it's not that they're not approachable and things like that. It's just some of us are looking for more
of hey sexy.
Yeah, more
and hey
of
beautiful.
Have a larger conversation, make it, just don't come up with the standard stuff. So anyway, but yes, the event is meetmytypes.com. It's the Love Resume Meetup. It is March 3rd at Loft at Castleberry. You have to register. There will be no walk-ups because it would not do justice if you do not register, because then you won't have your love resume, and then who we gonna introduce you to? You know what I mean? You gonna come to the door, it's like, okay, let me say you look like you should. They're not doing them on site, so you need to make sure you pre-register, and you can do that at meetmytypes.com. And I have a video that I wanted to share with you guys just to tell you a little bit more about it and why I got involved. So check out the video and we'll be right back. Hi, I'm Stacey J, Inspirational Lifestyle maven, media personality, and the associate producer for the Ricky Smiley Morning Show. So I want to tell you about meetmytypes.com. It's a matchmaking service that is phenomenal. Now let me tell you how I got involved. I got this email from this guy named Tipsy, and he was interested in partnering with me, little old me, with his matchmaking service. Now, of course, I had to investigate and do my due diligence, but I love the concept that he has. He goes deeper, not those single meetups, speed dating where you come and you got to talk to somebody for 3 minutes. How are you going to get to know somebody in 3 minutes? And then next, his method is he takes your information and performs a love resume, right? What is a love resume? It asks questions, real important questions that gets to the root of what your personality traits are. And he does this for the men and the women. So when it comes time to the event, you don't have to feel awkward in knowing this information about them because it's already done for you. You get it, you go to the event, and you automatically know who you have similarities with. If you are trying to intentionally date, you need to make sure that you come to this event, because some people are just surface dating. Some people are just meeting people and going out and not getting to know each other, and therefore what happens? 2 months, 1 week, you know how the dating goes. If you are seriously, intentionally looking to date, looking to find some love in your life, you want to attend this event. Get your love resume done, come out, find out the important questions that you need to know. Those awkward questions that are hard to ask on dates, we ask them for you and get the information out there and have fun with it. So of course you know I had to be a part of this event after reading all that. So I am hosting the event on March 3rd. That is March 3rd, and I'm excited about it. Now, if anybody knows me, know I like to have a good old time. I like to socialize and have fun, and that's why we want you to come. We're gonna have cocktails, we're gonna have conversation, we're gonna mingle, we're gonna talk, we're gonna have a good time. So this is why you need to come. And there won't be that uneven ratio of too many women, which is always the case, and not enough men. It is 50-50. Men, 50-50. Women, 50-50. If you are serious about attending this event, it is March 3rd. So register now, meetmytypes.com. It is going to be so amazing that when you get married, you know who wants an invite? Yep, I sure do. We're back to the Inspirational Lifestyle with Stacey J, and I guess now I can say with my co-host, Benny Pitts, he did make it in the building.
Made it I thought I was in the wrong radio station because a Japanese lady with no shoes came and got me.
Well, at least somebody came and got you. See, we diverse up in here.
Yeah, we diverse. World Star Radio, we're very diverse. We also don't wear shoes neither because she's walking around the building with no shoes. Very comfortable.
She got a pedicure and everything, so she's
very
good.
She's
She's
I'm just messing. She's a sweet lady.
Lickable.
Oh, you said what?
Y'all didn't see that. She said lickable.
Lickable?
Yeah.
This is Inspirational Lifestyle.
You know.
I don't know what other radio shows you've been on.
You know you say worse.
$5 pedicure, right? How much?
Me love you long time.
Yeah! Like a Chinese person. Chinese people love you a long time. Japanese people don't love you for a long time. They love you little time.
Money talk.
So wait a minute, I need you to focus.
Okay, she keep talking to me.
How was your, because her birthday just passed. Say happy belated birthday.
Happy birthday. Was you Pisces?
Oh no.
Oh, why you say it like that?
Aquarius.
I'm a Pisces, so why you say it like that?
Don't take offense.
Oh,
it's not my fault.
Ask her what she did for her
What
birthday.
you did for your birthday?
What you did for your
I
birthday.
took a solo trip to Orlando.
Oh, okay. I'm from Florida.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, I'm from Miami. I'm originally from Miami. My grandparents.
Okay.
Well, my grandfather, rest in peace to my grandmother. My grandfather lives in Orlando now.
Okay.
So, what part of Orlando you went to?
Right down in the city. I was close to Walt Disney.
Okay, cool.
And then I drove down and went to Universal Street. And I actually drove to Tampa.
Okay.
By
herself.
The small underground.
Oh, really?
That's only 1 hour.
No. That's what I said. She
half.
travels by herself around the world. She's been
really?
Madrid. Yeah, she travels by herself. So
What do you do? What do you do?
Well, we're going to get into that in a second. I want to know about your week.
I had a busy week. What did I do?
You don't remember.
Yesterday I did a cameo in T.I.'s video.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I'm the valet.
You just blowing on up.
That's why I'm late. I just show up late. Like, fire me. Guess what?
Right.
I'm gonna get me a job. I'm a black man. I mean, working.
See how they do you?
Nah, it was a blessing, man. I appreciate my boy K Dub gave me the call. Comedian K Dub. He gave me the call. He said, "Do you want to be in?" He said, "What you doing tomorrow around 4:00?" The other day, and I was like, I don't know. He said, "Man, I be thinking you be busy." I said, "Man, Instagram is just big."
Right.
I said, "I just be at the crib." He's like, "Well, come over. I want you to get you in the cameo."
Oh, that's nice.
The valet parking, and it was great. There's so many talented people. DC Young Fly, Henry Welch, the whole Ratchet People Beats. Everybody was there. I was the valet. I'm not gonna give it away. It's really funny. It's a video about about everybody's getting on T.I.'s nerves.
Okay.
The valet guy.
Oh, you get on his nerves.
Yeah.
Do he punch you in anything?
No, I said something and he was like, because it was like joke.
Like, this is my video.
No. So I'm not gonna give away the things, but he gets out and the name of the song is "Y'all Got Me Effed Up."
Okay.
So from the valet guy to the girl, it's a girl in the club that's drinking his bottle. From the bartender, it's a dude trying to give him the mixtape. It is the crazy bathroom dude. It's hilarious. It's something great to be part of. What else I did? I did Comics on Parole. That's a web series. I did that on last week.
You just doing everything and calling me for nothing.
Right.
Stacey, you light skinned. You a house nigga. You know you ain't gonna show up.
Right. I mean, you could have found the house y'all. You said, "Hey, good. My co-host, she would be good,"
You could have came. It was at Medusa Lounge too. It was free to the public. To come in.
Yeah. I know. I need to be called in specifically you were.
But you know what, Stacey, honestly,
You gonna call me as an extra?
I just thank God.
I be on there like, Benny.
I just thank God that I just be getting a phone call. I'll barely be making it.
No,
but,
that is so wonderful. I'm so proud of you.
And over the week, just been working.
Yeah.
I got a show coming up, Atlanta Comedy Theater, February 25th.
Can you remind me?
I got tickets in my car, so I think I parked behind you.
Did you?
You got a free parking?
We be parking in the front, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I just had a busy week. Just been working. It was good to work with T.I. and a lot of other people. Comics on Parole, and I got something coming up that I can't speak on yet because I heard from another nigga, so I don't even know.
You know what? You ain't got that check yet. Okay. Well, you had a wonderful week. I am happy for you, and I want to get in my guest. We had our little chit chat before you came.
Okay.
You left me all alone and stuff, so I had to do.
This is what I'm gonna do. I'm leaving straight from work and coming straight to the.
I told him to take his clothes to work with him.
No more late excuses because I don't be trying to be funky.
He got to take off his McDonald's uniform.
At least I got a job. Hey, I'm Ebola free. I got a job, and my child support is fully paid up.
Right on.
Well, you don't have any kids, so I don't know who you pay.
That's why it's fully paid up.
Let's talk about our guest.
Okay.
Our guest, Nico Cherie, because people like to call her, men, she said call her Cherry. We not gonna, you know y'all don't know how to say Cherie.
Cherie. Chico, Sherry, that sounds familiar.
I didn't say Chico.
Oh,
Nico.
The Japanese lady messed me up. Ever since she came in there with no shoes on, I
You
just
know
didn't-
what? So I want to make sure that I give her due diligence. And she is an accomplished author, financial literacy advocate, realtor, entrepreneur, and entrepreneurial strategist. She, for the last 13 years, she has assisted hundreds of families on the road to building wealth and leveraging debt.
Wow.
You know, and she's been in the business over 2 decades, so she's not new to this. You
She's
know,
true to this.
and I want to get her story because I have the bio. I just wanted to give you a little bit, but I want to know, you know, how did you get started, and you know, what was your passion in helping people get wealth? Because you know, as Black people, sometimes
Right.
if our parents don't know and their parents didn't know, then we won't get that knowledge.
Exactly. You know, and it's challenging. Oh my goodness. It's, you know, you're trying to give somebody something good. It's like trying to give somebody medicine and they're sick and they don't want to take it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like really that harsh.
Really?
Yes, it is really that difficult to try to, you know, get people to grow. Like purchasing a home, that's not as challenging for some people because they feel like that's the American dream, but that's just one thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
step.
saying? And if you're going to pay a mortgage for 30 years, how are you really going to build wealth with just that?
Right.
It's not really going to happen. So you have to think of other things. You have to think about entrepreneurship. You have to think about creating other streams of income. And a lot of people talk about multiple streams, but they're really talking about multiple drizzles because they start something over here, then they go start something over here, then
Right.
they go start something over there, and they join some multi-level marketing, and they never obtain any type of wealth. They can barely pay their bills because they haven't focused on any one thing in
give it
particular
time
long
to grow.
enough to, you know, really be able to expand on that. You
Right.
know, and if you pay attention to authors like Malcolm Gladwell, who's a Black author, and he talks about things like the tipping point. But in one of his books, he discusses how long it takes for you to become an expert. Like you have to refine your craft. You know what I'm saying? Overnight success. I say overnight success is a term that lazy people use to define what somebody who's been working hard did.
Yeah.
Because they didn't see the hard work. They didn't see the
Right.
grind. They didn't see you sleeping on the floor at
Right.
your friend's
On your
house,
car.
on your car. You know, like I know people grinding like that right now.
Yeah.
Right.
But they make it look easy to people on the outside. But you know, it really takes time to build and accumulate a certain amount of wealth, and it takes a specific strategy, and it takes you having knowledge, and it takes you being able to listen and absorb information.
Yeah.
That's right.
And I think sometimes it's not, and I'm gonna just speak, you know, candidly. I think sometimes it may come from depending on who is doing the program. So sometimes like, and I heard someone say this that does, you know, fixed credit. He's Black. But then he says, they ask me these questions like, let me see some files you've done and let me see this. But you don't go to, what is it, Lexington Law and say,
goodness.
let me see your files or whatever. So, and
No,
I
they
get,
don't.
I get that if you see that it's, you know, a Lexus, you kind of just go,
Yeah.
okay, that's a nice car versus now I have a car dealership where I brought out my car and you're like, wait a minute, I don't know. I get being hesitant,
Right.
but why do you think that Blacks or African Americans, whatever you want to call it,
Right.
are so, you know, resistant to us?
Well, it's understandable, to be quite honest with you, because I've been in this game for over 13 years, and I'll tell you right now, it's a bunch of scammers and schemers and dreamers out here. And they running CPNs and running trade lines, they're running
Heard
all
about
kinds
that.
of, yeah,
Right.
and they charging people, you know, $2,500 to $5,000. So having some credibility and being able to prove that you are who you are is reasonable.
Right.
What the problem I run into is people want me to beg for business. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I won't do.
Right.
It's like this. If you come to me and you want a service, I have explainer videos that tell you about my process. I have a website. I have proof on my page. I have videos of my clients who are telling you that their score went up in 30 days from 5 something to 7 something.
Oh.
I have just today I posted one from another client of mine, and what I do is I educate people. We'll get into that in a second, but she was saying, oh, everything that I, you know, disputed, all of my inquiries, which people say are hard, and they are hard, but my process is bomb. It's just what it is. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
You know what I'm saying? They
Bomb,
don't call
B.
me the Olivia Pope of credit for nothing. I didn't earn that.
Okay.
So, you know, what they do is they come to my page and they want me to convince them to do business with me, and I refer them to Lexington Law. Go spend, a couple of grand with them, wait a couple of years, because they charge you by the month, so they keep you on there. And the average consumer, and I notice because, like I said, I've been doing this a long time, and I get a lot of with Lexington Law clients coming to me. So the average client stays there for 18 months, and if they're charging $99 plus their setup fee, you're going to pay more than $1,800.
Right.
So my process takes a lot less time than that, and it costs a fraction of that. So just that alone, you should be able to, with everything that I'm giving you, what more you want.
Right.
And if you still don't like it, bye. Goodbye.
Right.
Go. You're not my consumer.
Right.
Because my consumer is a buy now consumer.
Yes.
My consumer, they come to my page, they watch my videos, they see that I'm intelligent about what I'm speaking about, they see the proof they need to see, and
they jump on it.
hit that PayPal.
Yes, you did that.
Right.
You did that.
Yeah, because I, and one of the things that, when I saw you, we've been Facebook friends, we never met.
Yeah.
And I've watched you, and I'm
you.
like, not only is she beautiful, she got brains, and I've seen the videos, I've seen the back of your home, you know what I mean? Right. So it's like, okay, there's not a stage. So you kind of follow people, and to me, if you're a people person, you can kind of get an idea of who they are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you got a lot of Facebook famous people and people posting and stuff, but I'm consistent in person and on Facebook and all that. And so I watched you and I was like, I really want to have her on the show because now that it's tax time, I was like, you were going to come on later. I'm like, no, people filing now because I did. And I know sometimes depending on when you get your money, it may be bills, and I understand there's a struggle sometimes, you have to do things, but then it's like, wait a minute, what if we think, depending on how much money we get, I know we have to pay bills, but what if we sacrifice and pay something on it, but then take the other part and invest or do something with it to create start that process, because wealth does not come overnight.
And that's the planning part. Like I've been doing credit for a long time. I used to do people's credit. And I still take on some clients, but I'm really about the education and the financial literacy. I follow Dr. Claude Anderson. I posted a video earlier today about Dr. Maggie Anderson. She's another one. So Dr. Claude Anderson, he is like the leader in Black economic growth, right? And he talks about what it's going to take for us to get ahead, and it doesn't have anything to do with civil rights. Right. What it has to do with is economic power and strength, okay? When you take that 1.2 trillion, 1.3 trillion, 1.5 trillion, they're not sure which one it is right now, but Black dollars, and you reinvest it back into the Black community, well, that's where your power is. Right. That's where you start to create wealth. That's where you start to have opportunities. When you get life insurance and stop going on GoFundMe for life insurance to take care of your family, that's disgusting to me.
GoFundMe, bro. I'm dropping my mixtape, bro.
That's like you.
Somebody just sent me a GoFundMe link.
But for business, I can respect that. To bury your mama, I can't.
Right, because you should have been proactive.
You know what I'm saying? And when they say things like, this accident, well, what the hell is it going to be other than an accident?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Unless it's planned, then that's something different. So when you have life insurance, like I have $500,000 worth of life insurance, which I don't think is enough. I would like to leave my family a lot more, but I started with that, $30 a month. Yeah. So you mean to tell me, and I'm 43 years old.
Okay, girl.
You are not 43 years
old.
So
we do that.
You like younger men?
You know what?
They like me a lot.
Okay, yes, we do. Listen, you keep bringing on these rich, beautiful women. I'll stop coming to work one time.
You should.
I'm going to be over there. I'll be cleaning up. Like, wait a minute.
You know what? And you get to look at them and learn something. How about that? Don't nobody want a beautiful, dummy.
No. Some of them do, but so it's just important that you start building wealth within your community, and the fastest way to build wealth within your community is make sure that you have substantial life insurance policies, not $50,000, not $10,000, not burial, but enough to establish wealth to be able to purchase home, property, land, businesses.
That's real. That's all
and build within your community. So when the focus is changing, because I'm telling you, like a few years ago, I couldn't have this conversation with 99% of the Black people around me. Now I can have it with at least 30% of y'all.
Word. Can I touch on that a little bit? Two things you said that stuck with me. Is when you said being focused on one thing. I'm actually reading a book. I don't know who wrote it. I just started reading it. I'm just keeping 100.
Okay.
It's called One Thing. Focus on one thing, and everything else will
Yeah.
Right. Because sometimes we stick every, and I'm one of those.
I'm one of
I
those.
have ADHD to the times 10.
Yeah.
Well, you're
So-
probably a serial entrepreneur because most people, especially intelligent people, they tend to not be able to focus. What you have to do is you have to take that one thing and just focus on the different aspects
Yeah.
of that
I
one
like a woman who
thing.
can tell me about herself. What else? What else am I cereal? I do like cereal.
You know what? But you know what? You're absolutely right, because for me, it was like I have all these ideas. And so then, like you say, I'm drizzling. I said, oh, I'm going to do this.
Right,
and then I
right.
start doing it, and I do the promotion, and I'm like, next, you know, I
Right.
do that.
I'm the
And
same
then,
way.
and other
Let me be
business
that boy.
people
Let me be
that
that boy.
I've been around start saying, you need to focus on one thing. Now, I don't agree with the one thing, but what you said is now
One
I
thing at
took
a
the
time.
parent company of my business.
Right.
What is your business about, Stacey? It's a lifestyle enhancement company. What does
Right
that
on.
entail?
Right
You
on.
have the lifestyle
Right
radio
on.
show. You've created
Right.
the Inspirational Lifestyle Network for women. Then
Right.
there's a book. Then there's this.
Then it
So
all
now
makes
I'm
sense.
making sense
It's
with my
streamlined.
business. And so you can have more than one thing, but you shouldn't have like, I got a restaurant and then I'm running it and then I got, something, all these different things.
It won't happen that way. And like, even with me, like I got tired of credit. And I
She
was
got
like,
tired of credit.
yeah, I did. Because I got tired of dealing with people not understanding what I'm trying to do for them. Like,
Right.
it's like giving them the medicine. Like, I'm trying to help you. And somebody fighting you when you're trying to save them, it's ridiculous. You want to let them drown.
Yeah.
You just want to let
I
go.
got Mexican credit. I don't even have black credit. I got Mexicans who just swam to hear credit.
You know what?
That's probably better than what some people have.
If I told you my credit score,
You know what? That's interesting because a score is, people focus a lot on the score, and I understand that because you don't understand credit enough not to. But when you really do understand credit, like you can have a 700 credit score, but then you could have a credit card that you've had for like 2 days. Right?
True,
You
true.
just got the credit card, you have nothing else on your credit, you haven't been late, so you have a good score. Right? But if you try to go get some real funding, they're going to be like, you don't have enough credit history.
Right.
Well, can I ask you this? I heard this the
Yes,
other day.
sir.
I was just listening to.
Oh, I
somebody
love that. I heard it.
I'm just
No,
I'm trying to
I
learn.
want-
But,
I want-
but one thing
I
about me, I'm
want to hear.
honest. I'm the first person to tell you what I don't know about.
Right.
And I feel like what smart people tell, I know nothing about that. Let me learn more.
Mm-hmm.
I know nothing about credit. If you check my credit score, you'll see. But I've learned I've heard. I'm not gonna say learn. Credit is for poor people. Because if you got $5 million in the bank, you're not really trying to finance nothing. You're not looking for no
Let
funding.
me tell you a little story, okay? You're going to remember this one. So Walmart, right? Multi-billion-dollar company. When Walmart breaks ground on a new store, this multi-billion-dollar company, they have at least 4 owners who are in the top of the Forbes list. You understand what I'm saying? Their family, the Waltons. When Walmart breaks ground on a new store, do you think that they go in their bank and get cash? Or do you think that they go get financing to pay for that groundbreaking building? They're not going to go get their capital. You know what they're doing with their capital? Their capital is working for them. Their capital is making money for them. Your cash is your king. We're headed into a recession. This is another thing I keep telling people. They think it's a game. Okay, you thought it was bad the last time we got Obama leaving up out of there when people think he wasn't doing nothing. Obama did so much.
Yeah.
I remember when I had an $800,000 house. I had an Escalade. I had everything. My driveway in Cali used to look like a
House
car
of-
dealership.
Right.
Look like
MTV cribs.
Yeah, people come on my house. They used to be like, "Whoa." I lost
Now my tax lady calling me,
everything.
girl, wait a minute.
Your refund. Harold, no, Harold. She's taking us both to Harold tonight. Your refund. Hello?
Okay.
But and when I lost everything, you know what I'm saying? And what we're gonna have to do now we have to work smarter this time around because you know what's coming this time.
Yeah.
So we've had the experience. It's been 10 years now. We know that the economy deals in cycles. So we know that the economy goes around and around in a circle. It really doesn't matter who is in office. The only difference that it makes is how that person is able to manage and maintain the economy while we go through this ship. It's like having a captain when you're having turbulence, right? So there's going to be some captains where you're on a plane and you hit that turbulence and it's going to be a little bit smoother ride than someone who's not as experienced. It's going to be a lot bumpier.
Okay.
Right? So the economy is going to do what it's going to do, but you have to be prepared individually for how you're going to handle that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you have to have your credit intact and you have to have your cash intact because money doesn't go away. What happens is that the wealthy takes the money out of circulation.
Okay.
So when they remove the money out of circulation, it don't matter what you out here trying to do.
Right.
If it ain't nothing to get, it ain't nothing to get.
Right.
So you got to get why the getting is good, and you have to have recession-proof things in place for you to be able to still get that money and to be able to accumulate it.
And that's good stuff because
and save and budget.
Yeah, that's good stuff because again, sometimes it's generational that your mom didn't or dad didn't know, and so on and so forth.
But the only thing about that, the problem I have with that is that when people say that to me, they actually don't realize they saying it with a bit of knowledge, knowing that they know the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Right.
So the minute you say to me, well, my mom didn't teach me, what that tells me is that for you to even say that, that means you have an understanding that you're doing the wrong thing. And you need to be doing something
And what I was about to say, that wasn't me though. But what I was about to say is you hear that, but I was going to say, in this day and age, there's no reason why. You got the internet, you still have a number of resources to go to. And so that's again why we do the show, is because we bring people like yourself, because I always learn something. I'm a product of what I do. So when I speak, when I post something on Facebook, it ain't personal. It's something that either I've lived or something I believe. I'm not going to talk about what I don't know. And so like having you on and some of the other guests, I'm always going away with, okay, I need to get my credit right, or I understand it better because you do have all these different companies that, deal with credit, but you say you don't just concentrate on credit, you do the literacy part. Tell us about.
Well, the financial literacy is a component, and I'm really trying to expand on that more. I'm trying to bring people in with different skill sets, like learning how to manage the stock market, purchase and buy stock. I'm trying to bring people in who have, specifically, there's a woman that I'm trying to connect with right now, actually. She does what's called annual living. Okay. So you pay your bills for 1 year. Oh. Right. So I'm like, I got to get, because I do what I do. And I'm good at budgeting, but that's her expertise. That's her area. So I need to bring people on like that.
Who is she? Can you get in touch with her? We need her.
I know. I'm working on it. I'm working on it right
now.
But she has an annual living program, and I love that because me, right now, I pay my bills 3-4 months in advance. Okay. Now, I do that because I'm an me too. Look, I do that because I'm an entrepreneur and I don't know when my next dollar is coming, so I have to make sure that I have, April taken care of, in February. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I manage, and it's almost forced because I'm an entrepreneur. And I'm not in my credit. I ain't gonna have no late payments. You understand what I'm saying? And it's not just because of what I do. It's like I hate that feeling. I've been there. I've had a bankruptcy. I've had a repossession. I've had everything that my clients have had, and that's why I got so good at what I do. Because I was the test case for it. So I understand when people come to me, I don't want to hear none of your background story. I don't want to hear about how you co-sign for people, because trust me, when I look at your credit report, it's going to tell me everything I need to know about you as a person. So,
I know what my problem was. I was just spending and not paying it back. And I didn't have nothing back to give to them.
You're honest.
They came back to me, and I gave them my gallbladder because that's the only thing. That's the only thing. I was like, I don't need it anyway.
You like, take this blood. And that's what I used to do when I had, was making a nice salary. I would pay, when I was renting, I would pay it like 2-3 months because it feels good if you need to skip a month. But I was like, if I keep paying it, I'll always be ahead. But then when you hit them hard times, it's like, So, for me, I would love to pay in full monthly, but definitely annually. I would love to learn how to do that.
We have a meeting scheduled, and I'm going to talk to her about how much she wants to contribute. If she wants to just add to the program, because what I do is I do the education. Okay. So I have basically a credit module that I teach people.
I'm your friend, because when you change somebody's life like that, I want to buy you something. Like, gallbladders.
They do. I have to stop giving out my cell phone.
Here's a bottle.
They'll be calling me like, "Hey," I'm like, "Oh my God."
When you fix
I'm
somebody,
with my family.
When you fix somebody credit, you literally just change their life.
Oh yeah.
Man, you fix my credit, I'm finna turn up. Watch.
Yeah. My best friend and mentor, he's the one who taught me the game, and he actually got frustrated with me because he was like, "Okay, I've made like 3.2 million since I taught you how to do this. How much money have you made? Why are you not handling the business like you have a skill, you have a talent? Right. You're not doing what you're supposed to do." Like he took a client. started doing business credit instead, which I'm gonna do. I'm gonna launch a program next year.
Okay.
But after I get my girls trained, then they can take over the personal credit side, and I'll move up to the business. But he went and he got his client like $270,000 in like 6 weeks, right? So you hear these CPN, these scammers, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we can do this in this amount of time." Like my boy really does it.
Yeah, what's the CPN? Because I heard about that and I
Credit
was Googling
protection.
trying to get me one.
Yeah, credit protection number. And what it is it's not illegal actually to have one. The problem is that if you get one and you do not transfer all of your information over to it, then you are using it illegally.
Oh.
And if you go into a bank and it says social security number on the application and you put a CPN number, you're committing fraud. And that's a federal offense.
Oh wow.
I don't play with the federal.
Yeah, I don't play with the police.
And you will, and I know
government.
plenty of people who ended up in the feds, and I know people who get away with it. But you know, just like everything, you
Don't
always
risk it, yeah.
you always get caught. Like after a period of time, like I know guys, they go get these cars, but they ain't paying a note on them, and next thing you know, the police
changing those VIN numbers and all that stuff.
Oh my God, it's too much. Like you'd rather do all of that for years, and you can just fix your credit in like 60 days, 30 days, 90 days, and have
it's
all of
sacrifice.
that.
The biggest thing, nobody is determination and saying nobody
It's
want
like
to do
you
it.
can have all of those things without doing any of the scamming and scheming and the dreaming.
Yeah. All right, scamming, scheming, and dreaming. I like that. Hashtag. So is there anything else we need to know that you do? Because I mean, real estate you name?
Well, real estate, yes. It's so sad. My real estate license actually after 13 and a half years almost, it expires this week.
Are you going back into it or no?
Yeah, I'm getting my broker's license.
All right, now move on up.
You know, I'm not tripping.
Look, we're gonna put the real estate license to
And I don't see no ring on that finger, so that's all I've been looking at. The whole ring.
Hey, stop harassing all my guests.
I'm trying to get my credit fixed. I'm trying to go to Italy. Damn. You ain't the only person trying to live an inspirational lifestyle. I'm trying to be in the elevator with no shoes on. She living life free. She was like, rush start.
Let them see what we're talking about. Come on. Yeah. They want to know. We look like we're talking to imaginary friends.
Right.
I was like, what kind of party ain't got going on? Got Asian woman running around with no shoes?
Like I opened door for you.
No, but I want to get my broker's license because the ultimate goal is it's like, why get people's credit fixed, right? You have to lead to something. So some people are going to want business finances. Some people are going to want houses, cars. And it's really to build, like I said, real estate is how you really build wealth in America.
Yeah.
And, you know, if you look at Forbes billionaire list, you'll see that a lot of people on there are builders.
Yeah, my girlfriend is not on the builder side, but there's, I don't know if you have heard of House Jerk, and the guy that owns it, Don Jacobs, and you probably, you never know, you might be friends with him, but Don processes is realtors, brokers, they're buying homes, and you don't even have to be in real estate, and don't get me to explain it because I can't, but I'm around so many, you know, people that are doing great things, and you taking on all that information. Right. But the real estate game, my girl, she right now in Key West doing her thing. She lives inspirational, carefree lifestyle.
That's what I like, and the thing about it is that, you know, buy the land. My grandfather used to say, buy the land. They're not making any more of it.
Yeah, and then you know what? She told me that when I was saying I want to buy a house. She said buy the lot and then build your house. And so, you know, when you be thinking like building myself, she's like, I have contractors, I have this. And when you think about having somebody build you a house, it just seems so out of reach because you look at builders and you like, okay, you telling me, she's like, yeah, they do, you get the people to do the piping and all this. So yeah, it's definitely doable.
In our community, black people don't think like that. And I'm not just keeping it.
They don't.
Not all of us.
They don't know how to think like that. Another thing is that they don't think. When I was in California and I was working with investors, so they were like Asian, Arab, and I mean they had long money. Okay, and so you know we were like buying up properties left and right, 400,000, 500,000, and they're just snatching them up, and they were like buying whole blocks. And I asked one of the matriarchs, an older Asian male, and I'm like, are you gonna flip these houses? And he was like, no, this is for my great grandchildren.
Right.
Like they were buying up whole neighborhoods for their. They think generationally.
Yes.
Yeah. Like we talk generationally. They actually
do it.
Like they don't think of wealth in their lifetimes. They think of wealth in their children's lifetimes.
My grandfather on my dad's side, the only thing he left us was a vacuum machine.
You know what?
And it was broken, wasn't it?
My
in the bill. White people leave wills, black people leave bills.
My grandmother had my mom's
True.
mom had 17 children, and she still has the land and the brothers and sisters having it. So a lot of them have passed now, but they still have the property. And you're right. You know, you get that land, you own it. It's people that'll be like, I give you $1 billion if they really want that land. So they do think, you know, generationally, and here we are. We like, I just got to think about tomorrow. I ain't got time. You better work for yourself.
Yeah, they do.
And we don't think that way.
They do. Like, I always tell this story when I'm teaching my webinars. It's like this chick on Facebook. She was like, "Oh, Nico, you know, can you help me? You know, I'm struggling. I'm a single mom. I can't stand that." Like, tell you something, girl, quit laying down. I don't know what to tell you, but listen.
Hello.
You know what I'm saying? We all know that that's optional.
Yeah.
Okay. Single motherhood is something. You know, even if he was with you and left, you still had the option of having that kid.
Right.
And since you did, you had to prepare for it. And if you knew there was a possibility he might not be there, honey, handle it.
And embrace it. And embrace it.
I can't do that for you.
With me with that, I understand you with that. Maybe one time is a mistake. 2, 3, 4 times.
Right. When you talk about I got 4 kids,
I got 4 and I'm
a
by
single mom,
myself.
and I'm only 22 years old, girl.
Right,
close,
but I look at it like this too.
stop.
Even if you become a single parent, that's not an excuse, because I had my oldest son. I had him at 20. I was with his dad for 5 years, and then we broke up. So then I wasn't doing the I'm a single parent because this and that. It's I had to do what I had to do.
Right.
And he got to a certain age. He's like, look, I'm gonna have to give you the key. You're gonna come in, lock the door. You know, you have to do what you have to do. So that's not an excuse.
It's not.
That's not. Now, like he said, 3, 4, 5. It's like
one.
You intentional.
Okay.
Okay. When you talk about I have 4 kids, and so
even 2. Okay, 1. Okay. Some people be like, I don't. You know.
Yeah.
Still, I don't believe it. But the second time around, you knew what was going on.
It's
you know
like
what I'm
you have
saying?
to pull it together.
By
And, you know, I
know
can't help you.
You have kids?
My son is 21, and we're actually in a beef right now because I got him qualified for his first home, and he's like reneging, like, you know, he got
at
people
21?
talking. He
better get on it.
But see, he don't understand the gravity of what I'm trying to do for him. He doesn't understand that it's people in their 40s and 50s that will never own a home.
Yeah,
that have
tripping.
He just don't get it, and like the way that I set it up so that he can have the mortgage covered for the next 2 years. Like,
what?
Man,
you want to be adopted, don't you?
Well, if I do, I still breastfeed.
You're so crazy.
The milk is dry.
But it's plenty of milk in Egypt.
It's the inspirational lifestyle.
It's plenty of milk in Egypt.
Effort.
I can find it.
Yeah, so you know, like the chick, going back to her, so you know, inboxing me, asking me for help and favors, and then when I go on your Facebook page, I see that you're buying all kinds of weaves and Instagram sunglasses for $300 and complaining that you didn't get them in the mail yet. Like, chick, you lost your focus.
Word.
I see why you got 4 kids at 20-something years old. Listen, you know what I'm saying? You're going to have to get your mind right, and that's not something that I'm here to do.
And if you're going to help somebody, you definitely won't be that person.
Like,
Not
really
wrong.
expensive clothes and glasses. I know I'm going to be wealthy one day. I'll get that when I'm wealthy. I'm just really, right now, I want to get the wealth and travel. You know what I'm saying?
You know, and I don't think that you should, like, not have the things that you want.
Yeah.
It's just that, like, I'm tempted to do a commercial where I have a bee, like a dude wearing a bee following you around for budget. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you want to order the lobster and the filet mignon. No, just order the salad. Just order something that's, you know, still that you like, but that's reasonable.
And you know what? And my girlfriend Dallas, this is what she's a law of attraction practitioner, and the thing that she's been teaching me is, you get what you want. Of course, if you can afford it, you get what you want because of the energy and the vibration. You know, when you go, ooh, I'm gonna get them shoes, you feel good. But you know, that doesn't necessarily mean it's Louboutins. It could be, like, I'm gonna give you an example. I was in Target yesterday, right? So I'm not just walking in there. I'm with my boyfriend's daughter, and I'm in there, and I see this cute blue bag, like that color blue, right? Leather, you know, and I was like,
Nice.
That's cute. It could be that, or it could be I have a Gucci at home. I'm not a label whore, and I'm not saying some people are, but if it's a Gucci and it's just killer, I'll get it. If it's a nice, that leather bag I saw yesterday, 40, I got it. You know what I mean? So if y'all want lobster, I'll get it. Am I doing lobster 5 days a week? No. So there's a give and take. You get what you want,
balance.
but you have to have a balance. And so people that you see that's, like I used to have when I was younger, friends that go, I go, what are you wearing? And she go, I'm wearing my Versace pants and my this. And I said, I didn't ask, your name of what you was wearing. I'm wearing jeans, a blazer, and a tank top.
Right.
I don't have to give you the name. So I mean, and no disrespect to those people, but I just think that you got some shoes that's $400. You got some shoes that was $49.99. That was on sale. So do you? But don't spend your rent for it. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Well, my friends is the same way. Like, my friends is rappers and ball players because I'm a comedian. So it's like, when we go out and I see them when they blow on the bottles and that, and just like, bro, we just doing this for the look. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, when you blow up, it's on you. I say, yeah, it's going to be on me.
You can get that same bottle of Ciroc for $39.99, the big one, when you going to pay $250 for it in the club.
I'm going to be the famous dude telling the owners I'm going to bring my own bottles in the club.
You know.
A lot of them do that. I know.
Because you're there for show.
We're there for show. I'm going to bring my own bottles. Why do I need to drop $5,000 on the bottle? I bring my own bottles.
And you use my name, and then, hey, there go your money right there. I'm in the building.
Yeah, it's just, it's just a mindset. And like, I sold a house to an Oakland Raider, I won't say which one, a while ago. And then like within like 8 months, every time I went over his house, he would have these little get-togethers he kept inviting me to, and I was so bored out of my mind. But he would always have a new light-skinned chick on his lap.
What me?
I knew it. I knew it, and they all would have a ring on, so he was like engaged to all these.
No.
And he went broke. And it was just a few months, and then he borrowed some money from me, and he paid me back the majority of it. He still owed me. I seen him in Vegas like a while after that. He was like, "Are you mad at me?" I'm like, "You owe me some coins."
Yeah,
I'm mad at you. I'm never gonna forgive you.
Yeah.
Okay, till you pay me.
Right. It's like, I forgive you, my son.
We gonna be enemies forever.
Right.
You understand? So he said, "Okay, well, when we get back to Cali, I'll let you sell my house." I said, "Wait. He said he got traded to Miami. I said, you cannot sell your home because you have not had your home for at least 24 months, and you will have to pay capital gains tax. And the house had appreciated almost $250,000 in a short period of time that he had owned it. And he was like, okay. Sold it. He used another agent. His mother had the audacity to call me like 2 years after that. Like, oh, we were wondering, could you help out? I said,
no.
I said, wait a minute. I said, your son not only still owes me money, but I specifically told him not to sell the property because he would be hit with a capital gains tax. He had a capital gains tax bill, I believe, of $35,000 or $40,000 that he owed the government. And I also know how to.
We talk about that on the side.
Yeah,
Sound like
I could have actually helped them, but I decided not to.
Oh,
but the thing is that even people who make a lot of money, you see Kanye West right now is in the news talking about he's $53 million in debt. But think
Do you
about
believe that?
Absolutely, I believe it. Let me tell you why I believe it. I believe it because, like you said, the law of attraction and things. And he said, listen to his song.
Yeah.
Okay, remember the song he had, and he was like,
spend $50,000 on a day off.
No, he had a song early in his career, and he was saying, I got a problem with spending before I get it. I got a couple of past bills I won't get specific. You think that behavior changed?
I'm the same way. I know my personality.
I don't spend no money before I get it.
Yeah, that behavior didn't change, right? So obviously, having a substantial amount of wealth doesn't change the behavior. You know what I'm saying? Money solves money problems. Money don't solve bad spending habits. Money don't solve not paying bills on time. Money don't solve being, managing your finances.
Right.
Money doesn't solve being able to invest properly. Right. So money can only solve money problems.
She know Kanye West lyrics.
Right.
I got what you doing. I got a problem with spending before I get it. We got some conscious. I'm just the first to admit it. Bars.
You know what? This is not gonna say because girl, we be talking all day. But anyway, what you said about the athletes. I met a guy, I can't remember his name, and he used to be an athlete, and then now he had got a sports agency. But one of the things I know that he was preparing to do, I haven't talked to him in a long time to see that, is preparing young athletes how to deal with their money, because you know how they get that front money.
That so bad.
They get that front money, and then they ball out of control. Or he says they don't get furniture. They have like bean bags and PlayStations, and they don't furnish. So he was saying that he wanted to teach them how to deal with their money. And then the other part I was going to ask you, do you teach like maybe going to schools or?
I have.
Okay.
I've spoken at a few schools. I've spoken at Emory. I've submitted a proposal to speak at Albany University. I'm trying to get into Howard. you know, and a few different other universities so that I can speak, because what I'm hearing when I have spoken to kids is that they get these credit cards, they don't even know they have a bill.
Yeah.
They don't even know, they look at the credit card the same as the debit card because they look identical, right? So of course my kids know the difference.
Right.
You know, okay, this is debit, this is a PIN number,
Right.
this is the cash you have on hand, this is a credit, this is signature, this is, you know, so you know, mine know that. These
Others
kids,
don't, yeah.
they, you know, they don't have a clue, and it's really scary and sad. And you know, some kids, speaking of these athletes, a lot of them go into the league with bad credit because their mama or auntie or somebody then put some kind of ridiculous
phone,
bill in their
cable.
name, and I'm
I had
like,
bad credit since '96, and I was
yeah,
going,
and
I
you
was
know,
going in 90.
some of those accounts, if they come to me directly rather than going to my class, like I just had a client before I went out for my birthday. She submitted her documents to me February 8th, and we closed the account out yesterday. She told me today it's already off of her credit report. So sometimes, you know, I can get it done like
real quick.
You know, Olivia.
Well, here, I got an idea for you. I got an idea for you. You might have thought of it because you're so smart. Is that even with getting into schools, I definitely would leave that option open, but I would definitely do my own class and put it out there and get the, you know, the feedback on, you know, like, hey, even, well, maybe not grammar school, but high school students, you know, parents, if you want your kids to learn about credit and going to college before they make all those mistakes, have them come to your class. It could be a small setting or it could be large.
I've done it in high schools.
Okay.
I've done it for seniors.
Okay.
I have done it for seniors here in Atlanta, and you know, I put on Facebook all the time, like, reach out to me. You know what I'm saying? If you guys want this, that's my giving back to the community. You know, I will definitely go speak with the kids because I need our generation, I need our mindsets to change. You know, adults, you're decision makers.
Yeah.
You know right from wrong. You know that, you know a CPN, you know if it's coming that easy, it ain't right.
Right. My mother.
You know, like, you know, when people hit me on my page and they're like, you know, in my inbox, can I get a CPN? I say, well, go ask your banker.
What's a CPN?
We just talked about that. Where were you?
Oh, yeah.
Credit protection number.
Yeah.
So, you know, go ask your banker.
Yeah.
I bet you don't feel comfortable.
Right.
And if you feel uncomfortable doing something, you need to be, you know, reconsidering whether that's the right
I say it
move
like
for you to
this:
make.
the best advice I ever got. If it sound too good to be true, then it is.
No, man. Yeah.
No,
Well, only reason I say that is because, like, I really can get accounts off sometimes in 2 or 3 days. Like, that's a fact. Like, I've had people in the middle of escrow and they have a collection hit their account in escrow when they're closing on a house, and they have 30 days to close. They have a collection hit their account in the middle of escrow, and it affects their interest rate, and it affects how much they're going to have to pay on that home. We've gotten it off in a week, well, less than a week, and you know, so they're not in jeopardy of, you know, anything changing with their situation. So that sounds to some people like it's too good to be true.
True.
But it's actually solid, sound business. And like I said, people be on my page all the time doing videos, posting, you know, my girl took care of me. Like, that's only a fraction of like not even a fraction of the people who I have taken real good care of.
Real good. You see that
Real
real
good care of. You know, I
I'm
have
about to take a
clients
class twice. One time for the credit, the second time for you.
And the third time you really did it.
Nah, the second time
Yeah,
for you.
and I was actually meeting with my team last night, and they want me to put together a program where I break up my program and do it like a instead of
Weekend?
doing it a live. No. I do the live training on the weekend, but they want me to do it in modules. Like, they want me to be able to, like, okay, so if you want to sign up and you don't have all the money, so you pay $150 for the first portion of the class, and when you're done and when you're ready to pay for the second portion,
the next step.
yeah, so you determine how fast or slow you want to go, how, you know, whether you have the income to pay for the next one or not, you know, and they do have a period of time because I don't want them to lose the core of what I'm trying to get. It's not about me getting money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was charging $1,500, $3,500, and I only charge $400. It's, you know, for me, it's better for you to have the knowledge. It's better for you to have the understanding. Take that information, share with your whole family. I don't care.
Right. And
I just want to see us
we
do
win.
better
Yeah, we all win.
collectively, because we all win that way.
And that's the good thing I like to see when, you know, there's different, you know, by no means, you know, diminish a person's worth or their pricing. But, you know, you may have a VIP package, and then it's like, do you have anything under that? Some people be like, no, I don't. And I respect that. But
I used to be like that. I used to be that person.
Okay.
Because I was referral only, so I'm like, come with your dough. or don't come at all.
All right.
Because I know what I'm doing. So if you
Well,
had
I'm
it,
gonna
you
get
had
myself
it.
together.
And, you know, most people were like, don't call her unless you got it.
Right.
They already knew. Like, don't even pick up the phone and call her because she's not going to mess with
Right.
you. But now I'm like, you know what? I had to realize that, like I said, there was a greater purpose, which was to educate my community and make sure that we were collectively growing and just having a understanding. And I love Dr. Claude Anderson, and I love all of these activists that are stepping up to the plate and talking about financial literacy. They just had the Black Friday film. I went to the premiere of that. Did you see that? Oh my goodness, it was just like, I was almost in tears. I was so happy that the discussion is just so prevalent in our community now. And the Black Friday film was all about building wealth in a Black community.
That's right.
And they were talking about Black business, and they were talking about how to circulate that dollar. Right? So when you talk about dollar circulation, and this is something that Dr. Claude Anderson talks about, he talks about the bounce of the dollar and how in different communities it bounces, you know, I think 19 times in the Asian community, no, in the Jewish community 19 times, I think it's like 13 times in the Asian community, and in the Black community it doesn't even bounce, it doesn't even circulate more than 6 hours. So within 6 hours, we're already taking our money and sending it to outside the community. Like, I can't stand when I have, you know, because I'm pro-Black, not anti-white, but I'm pro-Black. And I can't stand when men or women come on my page and they're like, white people need to do this, white people do this. How? Right. When you going and buying $500 shoes, when you could have took that money and invested it in the stock, when you could have took that money and paid off your debt, when you could have took that money and paid for a life insurance policy for the next 2 years, what you talking about?
But why they always worried about what another race is
I
doing?
can't stand it.
You know what I'm saying? I can't
like,
stand
it's called
it.
self-efficiency.
And the white people was out here working. They work hard.
Right.
They really do.
They work
You
hard.
know, one of my mentors, let me tell you right now, this is an older white lady. It was my first job out of college, and she has a training company, and she called me the other day, and she's a multi-millionaire. That was the first mansion I ever saw. It was the first business trip. She's the first person to fly me to Atlanta when I was living in California. She flew me all kinds of places on business trips. I had a business credit card. Like, I was living a life. I was like 20-something years old. She had me sitting on the board of directors with Oracle, Larry Ellison, in Redwood Shores, California. I'm in my 20s, and she thought enough of me to put me in that position. This was an older white woman. When I talked to her the other day, that was the first time I talked to her in years. She was almost in tears on the phone. She was like, I'm so proud of you, and I'm just excited to, talk to you, and anything you need, let me know.
You might be in her wheel.
Yeah, could be.
White people do that. They be like, that Black
She is like that.
Yeah.
She is like that. She's like that.
No, I'm not. Me and my brother, my uncle had a home health care, and me and my brother was taking care of a Caucasian family until the dying day of the family. And to this day, they took me and my brother in because, I told you my parents is street religious. They don't have nothing to do with us. So when we told them our story, like, we don't have nothing to do with our family. They was like, well, come in our home, and treated us like family. And to this day, my pops, I call them my pops, my white pops come to my comedy shows.
But that again, fitness, finances, all those different things. But I want to do it in a different way. It's not just going to be panel and all that. But my point is that I want to work with people, Black, white. I invite anybody. I know when you Black, you're going to attract what you are. But my demographic is open. I don't care what you are. If you speak English, or bring your translator. I don't care. I want everybody because sometimes we're so cliquish, and then after a while, it's like when you start inviting people, people will hit you up and go, "Oh, I love your inspiration. You're so inspirational, all that." Then as soon as you say, "Well, you want to join my network for $99 for the year," it's like, I don't know about no. What are you doing with the $99? Living. Why are you concerned about that? So, we still struggle that way. Yeah. But for me, I don't mind, sharing resources if I can. And also, like I always say, picking the brain. I have no problem with that. But if you're picking it, then I got something you want. And so know that I don't work a 9 to 5. I'm at the Ricky Smiley Morning Show. That's 4 hours.
Right.
I got a lot of other hours to be doing something, and I am doing something with it and building. But money, when you're an entrepreneur, that money just don't come like that sometimes. So, supporting, and if it's something you can barter, I'm all with bartering. If it works and it makes sense, let's do it. If it's not, I respect, that get paid. Right. But we're going to talk all night, and I want people to call you and get some of this information because this was very, very good, and I am educated once again on this show. And when we go off, we always try to give our audience inspirational moment, and I like to have my guests do it now because I used to do it, or Benny had started jumping in and do it. Bless his heart.
Did you see your text message?
She said she can't see anything.
Oh, you can't see anything?
I don't know. One of my followers.
You still on? Okay. Well, can you
Did you get your text that I sent you?
text me? Text.
Nah, I was just trying to get her number.
So do you mind giving an inspirational moment? It could be whatever. It could be about, what you do, just something on your heart. It doesn't have to be long. We just like to leave them with something to get them through to the next Thursday.
What I want people to know is that it's not hard. I know that when you look at your credit and you may feel defeated and you may feel like you can't get through it, you really can. And that's what I'm here for. It is a class that I teach for you guys to take, but this is a class to educate you. This is not me taking on your problems and then sending you back with clarity. No, this is you learning for you and your family, for you to get better. And it's not hard. It's not hard. I know it can be overwhelming, but it's not.
Well,
it's not.
Yeah. But
let this be the year.
Let this be the year of change. I feel it.
Yeah.
My 2016 has started off wonderful,
is.
and I am just pleased with the people that I'm meeting, and just like I met her through social media,
Right.
And you want to connect with her. If you're on there twerking and stuff, I don't know who you're gonna meet, but for me,
we might need to talk to twerkers on the show
No.
just to give them some inspiration.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'll let that be your
When
show.
we're twerkers, we just do it behind
No,
closed
yeah.
doors.
No, I actually had twerkers on my show on the big style.
Oh, did you?
They twerked in the studio.
And certain things you do in private. Here we're gonna inspire positivity.
Save that for my show.
We're gonna say that for the pit stop.
The sister show.
The pit stop. After the inspiration, go to the
we
pit
have a late
stop.
night commercials. We got twerking. We're gonna talk about credit too.
I so appreciate you, and I
Thank
want you to
you.
tell everybody how to find you, your social media, and all that.
Okay, you can go to my website, is professionalcreditconsulting.com, and you can find me on social media, everything, Nico Cherie, NEKOCHERI, at Nico Cherie on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
Yes, please do. If you are serious about, I always say serious because we can talk till we blue in the face about do it.
Yeah.
But if you're serious, do it. If you're not,
When you're ready,
keep your bad credit.
yeah.
Tell them how to follow you.
Instagram, Facebook, babymama.com, Benny Pitts. I'm more on Black People Meet now as a Malcolm X.
So you changed over.
No, I'm still on Christian Domingo as a Freddie Long.
See what I deal with?
Not Eddie, Freddie. I like girls.
What? That's not nice because
What?
it's a whole nother story.
His shirt
I heard-
is like, you saw his
but
shirt.
did you hear he talked about trying to commit suicide? See why
Oh,
he
for
was
real?
playing. Anyway,
We need to bring him on the show.
You know what?
I was like, so you been bringing little boys with the church money to Argentina? With the church money?
You know
You
what?
probably fix his credit. He said, I'm gonna take the boys to
I do
Argentina.
not endorse this part of the show. It is over. Thank you for tuning in to another Inspirational
just saying.
Lifestyle with
Eddie
me
Long, you listening?
and Nico. And we'll see you next week.
We need you on the show.
Next week, I have Tim T, the creator of MeetMyTypes.com, and he will be here to tell you live and in person about why he created it and a little bit more about the love resume, how he calculates all that good stuff. He'll be on the show next week. See, I'm getting good. Tell you who on
Yes,
next
sir.
week.
Yeah.
See, I'm proactive.
And next week I will be on time.
Right on.
I'll be on, I promise.
Okay.
She's gonna take me. She's gonna make sure I
Okay,
get
we'll
her.
see. We'll see. But thank you for tuning in as always. I appreciate you. Please share it. Share it with a friend. Share it with people out of the state because this is the internet, people. We want to be global. We want everybody to be inspired. We in Atlanta, but we want to venture out. There's people in London. I know you got people in the SIP. You got people over in Florida. You got people in the Chi. So please tell a friend. Tune in every Thursday at 7 p.m. World Star Hit Radio.
The hottest music, R&B, hip hop, pop,
I still get you.
reggae, EDM, indie, old school,
Side. Check it.
and sports talk. Right here. WorldStarHitRadio.com.